Alright, I just got done washing my new to me 2018 Harley Davidson Fatboy. I picked it up I picked it up on Memorial Day weekend, and I'll tell you how I remember that in a minute. I got it at Smoky Mountain Harley Davidson, Maryville, Tennessee. Of course, I got it in the only real color Harley Davidsons come in, black. And the reason why I wanted this 2018 instead of a brand new one is because it has this two-tone. You have chrome and satin. So the whole bike isn't all chromed out like, you know, your average regular Harley is. And I find that as I get older, I want to ride more and polish less. So this is a good thing for me. There's not as much stuff that has to be polished on here. I think it gives it a really nice look. Of course, true Harleys only come in one color, and that's black. It's got the 5-gallon tank, or maybe 5.5 gallon, I'm not sure. Actually, this is the only one that's, you put the gas in here. This one's just a dummy. It has a, once I get done drying it, you probably couldn't see it. It's got a digital readout on here, on the bottom. And you scroll through it with a switch over here, and it tells you stuff like your RPMs, the time, distance to empty, your mileage. It's got 2 trip meters, stuff like that. So that's kind of cool. It also has a emergency flashers. It doesn't have a cruise control. I'm probably not going to be doing any cross-country riding in Nevada or anywhere, so I don't really need that. That's no big deal to me. I did like this new headlight nacelle that came out. They switched over in 2017, I think. And I like this better than the old one. A lot of people like the old one better, but you know, whatever. I like this one. And this thing, it'll get up and go. It's the 114, there's a reason why there's this bag's on here, I'll tell you. It's a 114 cubic inch Milwaukee 8 engine. That's apparently a new engine for them. I really don't know the difference in that one and the old one. This thing will really get up and go. I mean, it'll, for a bike that weighs, I don't know, it's 600 or 700 pounds, whatever it is. It's heavy. It's very heavy. This thing will just really move if you really twist it. It's got this big, don't ask me how many centimeters or inches it is, I don't know, but it's wide. They call it a steamroller for a reason. There's not a lot of tread on these things, and that's the way it comes. It's almost like a racing slick. And it's good on dry roads. I found out the other day, Georgia has really good roads. I mean, really, really good roads. But there's some places up here where the roads get those little cracks in them, kind of like the cement out here. And they fill it in with that black resin stuff, whatever it is. If you hit a big wide patch of that with this tire and you're accelerating, it'll slip on you. So I figured out you got to be a little bit careful on that stuff. It's not a canyon carver. I accidentally ended up on the way home from buying it on the tail of the dragon. And if you don't know what that is, look it up. It's over in Tennessee and North Carolina border. It's 11 miles, over 300 switchbacks. And I hadn't ridden a bike in like 11 years. And like I said, it was Memorial Day weekend. That thing was crowded. I mean, there was every motorcycle in the world up there on that thing. And it was very stressful for me after not being on a bike so long to ride. Just even, you'd think 11 miles isn't bad, but it was. It was bad. At least I didn't drop it. I made it out alive, so that was good. But I probably wouldn't do it on a bike like this again, or at least not on a holiday weekend. Maybe on a day when there's like nobody up there. Okay, the things I like about it, like I said, I like the big tire. I like the power. The seat is pretty nice. It's pretty comfortable compared to The only ones I got to compare it to was back in the early 90s when I used to ride with the guys from work on Sundays. A lot of them had Fatboys. The bike had just come out back then, and I was riding a Road King. And if you've ever ridden a Road King, you know, it's like riding a Lazy Boy recliner. The seat is fabulous. I mean, you can ride all day on that thing. But the guys on the Fatboys, like every half hour, so stop somewhere for them to, you know, get off and stretch. And I was wondering what's wrong with these guys? How come they can't ride, you know, further than this? So I sat on one of their bikes and I figured it out. It was like sitting on a brick. The seats were horrible. I mean, they were horrible. This one is not as bad as that. It's pretty good. You know, I have no idea what this is like because I have no intention of sitting on it. But the seat is really good. Not bad at all. Like I said, this bike has a lot of power. You twist it and it almost feels like a sport bike in straight line distance. It's not a canyon carver by any stretch of the imagination, especially with this big wide tire. You gotta learn how to negotiate those turns up there. Now to this. The dealer told me, this is the one thing I don't really care for, this air cleaner. He said when you wash it, cover it up, don't let a lot of water get in there because this is paper. And of course it will, you know, disintegrate, rot. To me, this looks like a Sportster cover. For all you guys that ride, you know that. I mean, it just looks like a Sportster air cleaner to me. I don't really care for it. I'm not sure if K&N makes a filter for this or not. I'm going to have to check it out and see. If they do, I'll probably pick one up and put in there because I know K&Ns can get wet. Like I said, I like the two-tone. There's this adjusts the shock in the back. It's a soft tail, and you just turn this. I'd have to look it up to see what the numbers, how much weight goes for which number. I don't know. I haven't messed with it yet. It feels fine to me. This is one thing I always liked about Fatboys was this big solid tire, because I'm lazy and I figured, oh, this is easy to wash. Well, now they've come out with these cutouts, which is pretty cool. I mean, it looks like a turbine, you know, in a jet engine or something. My issue with it is I wish they had polished all of it, because this is like that I don't know if it's magnesium. It reminds me of my Road King. This stuff is hard to clean. It gets all the brake dust and grime and stuff down in there, and it's really hard to clean. So if they had just polished it out, it would be easier to clean. So I'm going to have to get like a chrome wheel cleaner or something to just spray on there and try to eat that stuff out of there. Single disc up front. As you can see, I've already washed it, and it's still got some black gunk in there. You'd have to really get in there with a wire brush. And like I said, I'm getting older, and I don't really enjoy sitting out here working on it forever. I just want to wash it off and go. The other thing that some of the other people I've seen online complaining about is the belt. The belt's a lot skinnier. They used to be about, I wouldn't say twice that wide, but they were wider than that before. So far I haven't had any problems